As the dust settles on the recent federal election, the newly elected prime minister is taking steps forward while Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre has taken a step back. He's now trying to figure out how to stay on as leader after losing his seat. CTV National's Jeremie Charron joins us now to break down the federal election fallout. Now, first off, Jeremie, welcome back. We've missed seeing you. Mark Carney has said he would take on Trump, and it looks like he may get a face-to-face meeting soon. What's expected with that?
Yeah, exactly, Nicole. Thanks. Happy to be back, by the way. Look, this is going to be a highly anticipated, highly important meeting. We don't know all the details yet. We know that the two spoke post-election, Donald Trump and Prime Minister Mark Carney. Trump yesterday talked about the fact that, Carney will be visiting the White House within the next week or less. Prime Minister Mark Carney's team hasn't confirmed details, specifically where that meeting is going to happen, how it's going to happen. We've kind of seen in the last few months here the president meet with world leaders in the Oval Office, in front of the cameras, kind of changed the way that these meetings happen. He did it with Keir Starmer. He did it with Volodymyr Zelensky. It's not clear exactly how the meeting with Mark Carney will play out. We expect to learn some of those details in the coming days or so. But we know that this meeting is going to happen. It's a highly anticipated meeting. And we know that Donald Trump and Prime Minister Mark Carney have already talked about, starting to work together on a new free trade agreement, the Canada-US-Mexico agreement, CUSMA, as we know it here in Canada. Number one priority for Mark Carney, he has made it clear, will be to, continue to work in Canada's interest in the face of these tariffs, the threats that Canada continues to face, the pressure that is already being put on many industries here as some tariffs are already in effect. But the Prime Minister says he'll be doing everything he can to try and better that situation, and perhaps that could come in the form of a new free trade agreement that the two have already started talking about. So, a lot of anticipation for this meeting. This was the number one issue in the federal election campaign, of course, who was best suited to handle Donald Trump. And we'll get our first look at how Mark Carney handles Donald Trump in the coming days, it sounds like.
And now moving to Pierre Poilievre, he lost the seat in his riding. What's next for him?
Yeah, I mean, a lot more uncertainty when it comes to the Conservatives in Pierre Poilievre. To your point, he lost his seat in Carleton. That means he no longer has a seat in Parliament, in the House of Commons. He won't be able to sit in question period, which, many have been used to seeing him do for so long now. Depends who you ask in the Conservative Party on kind of what happens next here. Does he stay or does he go? Certainly his post-election speech made it seem like he wasn't going anywhere. He intends to continue to be the leader of the Conservative Party. What we have heard is that he is making calls to grassroots members, gauging interest, shoring up some support, gauging how people are feeling when it comes to determining how to make his next decision or what will happen next with the Conservative Party and his leadership. We've heard some Conservatives strongly support him and say that he should remain the leader. The other big question that is swirling around Ottawa, is what happens in the House of Commons and what happens with Stornoway. That's the residence that is awarded to, if you will, the leader of the official opposition party, or the leader of the official opposition in the House of Commons. That role can no longer belong to Pierre Poilievre. That is a parliamentary role, and it is a role that can only be awarded to someone who has a seat in the House of Commons. So as much as he can stay on as the Conservative leader, he won't be able to stay on, at least for now, as the official leader of the opposition. And there are questions about what that means for his residence. What the party would have to do in the interim is appoint someone else, the leader of the official opposition in the House of Commons, until perhaps we see what could be the next step, which is a by-election to then have Pierre Poilievre regain a seat in the House of Commons. So, Nicole, there are a lot of questions still as to what happens next for the Conservative Party, what happens next for Pierre Poilievre. None of that is clear yet.
Well, thank you so much, Jeremie, for joining us. Lots to look forward to in the coming days and weeks.
Absolutely, anytime.